The best part about East Coast Lagoon Food Village was the open access to the beach, and now it's been walled off. Hiya! Okay, good morning to you. A warm welcome to you as well. Okay, hi, you're watching Great Speed Eats, and I'm here at Chinatown Complex to show you where you can get almost restaurant quality dim sum for cheaper, or much cheaper. It's right here at Hong Kong Mong Dim Sum, which is that stall right over there. The hawker stall is run by Chef Char Siu. He is 64 in 2022. He worked at East Ocean Teochew Restaurant for several years before deciding to start his own hawker business, Hong Kong Mong Dim Sum, in 2003. And the response has been overwhelming, with long queues outside his stall every day. So the dim sums here are generally handmade every morning. We have 6 items on the menu, each priced at $3. Last time used to be $2.50. And for comparison's sake, right, dim sums at a dim sum restaurant are about double the price lah. But is the quality here comparable to what you get in a dim sum restaurant? Well, let's have a taste and find out. Okay, just FYI, I came early to queue here, and I'm number 1. I think this is the first time that I've ever been number 1 in my life. Okay, hopefully they open soon. It's now about 11:10 or so. 全部一笼啊！
全部一笼打不好吃。
这。通
常肯定要10分钟过后才有啊。
可以。Okay, I ordered one of everything lah. Okay, but the Cheung fan, the rice roll, will come about 10 minutes later because it takes a while to steam. These are the 3 which I've gotten so far. We've got the Char Siu bao, then we've got the Siew ha gao, and then you've got the chicken feet. Okay, let's try the most coveted one now, okay, which is their Char Siu bao. You see, right? Skins are very nice and fluffy. I mean, since I was number 1, right, this is as fresh as it gets. You open it up. Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. Freaking awesome. I mean, the star of the show is undoubtedly the char siu bao lah, barbecue pork bunch. The skins are very nicely fluffy. The filling is made of shredded pork meat, coated in a very nicely robust and concentrated savory sweet sauce. The sauce is thick too, and there's very small pieces of pork fat here and there lah. It's served in 3s, as with everything else on the menu lah. The baos are quite sizable, larger than expected. This is a must try, that's for sure. A small downside is that the meat used to come in small chunks, and it was an upgrade because they used to use shredded pork. But now it seems that they have reverted back to shredded pork lah. I presume because of rising costs. But yeah, so you just the bun texture alone is amazing. Bun texture, very soft and fluffy. For a hawker stall, this is pretty outstanding. Next item on the list is their ha gao. This is what I feel is one of their best items too. Their ha gao, the prawn dumplings lah. The dumplings are filled to the brim with chunky shrimp, and they are decently seasoned, but there's still a lot of natural sweetness of the prawn that actually comes through. It has a firmish crystal prawn texture, but that's usual for ha gao lah. And there's also lots of nice pork lard flavor too. The skins are also reasonably thin too, which is good. The Siew is also pretty good too. Pork dumplings. Okay, this stall serves probably one of the best Siew Mai that I've had from a hawker stall. And also in some restaurants too. You can taste a bit of garlic, a bit of sesame oil notes, and there's a lot of pork fat flavor too. The Siew Mai are very, very sizable, very big. The skins are also rather thin. On previous times, maybe about a year or two back, right, the Siew Mai was lacking in pork fat. But now it tastes juicy, meaty and fatty, very nice. However, if I remember correctly, it used to contain pieces of shrimp, but they've now taken it out. You know, which frankly I don't mind, because it actually tastes so good. So if you like chicken feet, right, their steamed chicken feet or phoenix claws are pretty decent for the money. Okay, so what you get is that you get a serving of around 5 claws or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Still 5 claws. But 5 smallish claws, and they're not the giant ones. The texture of the chicken feet comes appropriately soft and melting. And the savoury sauce. Oil-rich, garlicky, savoury, sweet. But towards the savoury side of sweet still. It's not very, very thick or very, very robust, but it's very, very flavourful still. Thank you, Auntie. Okay, so I got my 2 Cheung fan here. I'm going to put this aside first because that you can eat anytime. This one you gotta eat now. Oh, still quite okay. I think he did it nicely today because it is not one of their big highlights. So this is the Char Siu Cheung fan. So the Cheung fan, the rice flour rolls, right? They're good for money, but they can be a bit inconsistent. I mean, the filling is filled with shredded Char Siu, and for a hawker stall, this is a pretty generous amount for the price. The skins can be rather inconsistent. Sometimes it's too thick, sometimes it gets mushy and it breaks apart. That's partially because the Cheung fan is handmade. It's actually made on a metal sheet steamer. You know, it's made and then it's put on a plate, then it's put aside, and it waits for an order. That's what I suspect. So it tends to soften a bit. So it waits until an order is put in, then they put the sauce on. I presume it is so that the orders can be fulfilled quicker. But I think that because there is a longer than usual waiting time, right, it does compromise the quality of the Cheung fan itself. But whatever it is, right, the sauce is great. It's got a dark colour and it's on the savoury side of sweet. It's got a very nice savoury sweet balance. Very robust tasting. Next, the shrimp Cheung fan. We put a decent amount of prawns inside. That's good. It's got that crystal prawn texture, but the pieces are nicely seasoned, which is good. And you get quite a few pieces too, so it's quite generous. Today, the skins are good. Probably because I was the first one in the queue. The skins have that soft but firm texture, not mushy at all, very nice. By the way, they have this chilli sauce on the side. The chili is salty, spicy. Chili has salt, it's spicy, and it's very, very spicy. And it actually pairs well with everything. So I'm going to dip some of the Siew Mai inside, like this. It pairs well with everything. Because the seasoning is fairly basic now. So putting in, oh, there's a lot of chili. Wonderful. Look at that. Yummy. Okay, finished. So that was a look at Hong Kong Mong Dim Sum, which is a great value for money place for dim sum. But would I travel half across Singapore to eat here? It's either a maybe stretching to almost yes. Depends on what's your priority. I mean, there are a fair number of cheap and good dim sum eateries scattered across Singapore, and the quality you get here is perhaps the best that I've eaten at a no-frills restaurant selling dim sum. I mean, if you're in the Chinatown area, right, this is definitely a worthy option, but you have to be willing to queue. The waiting time here can be as long as an hour because you'll see people buying boxes and boxes of dim sum to take away. The store runs a take a number queuing system where you'll have to wait for your number to be called. So you won't actually be able to see a queue lah, although you see people waiting around. But it is a boon as it makes the long wait a lot less unpleasant. You can wander around and you can get a drink and all that stuff. One tip, if you arrive early, don't be fooled by the half-closed shutters lah. You can actually take a queue number before they officially open, just as I learned the hard way many years ago when I first visited the store. Back then, I ended up 14th in line, despite reaching 20 minutes before the opening time of 11 AM. Just shout through the grills and they'll pass you a laminated number. If you turn up exactly when they open without a number, you'll probably be about 23, 24, 25 in the queue. So be prepared to wait at least 40 minutes or more for your turn. By the way, they don't actually open at 11 AM on the spot. They tend to open late lah. Sometimes 11:10, 11:15, 11:20, depends on whether they've actually prepped everything lah. So thanks for watching another episode of Greg's B Eats, where I eat through the whole of Singapore. If you like this episode, give it a like, subscribe, comment below, and turn on the notifications bell. And I will see you in the next one.